A lot of sorcerers have it rough in Jujutsu Kaisen. Yuji, Nanami, Mei. Oh, actually, she got other problems. Even Gojo got it rough, but one guy who has had it rough since birth is none other than Megumi Fushiguro, the gloomy teen who was a first-year student at everyone's favorite school for sorcerers, Jujutsu High. Each student at this school is unique in their own way, and Megumi is no exception. But before we talk about the famous 10 shadows, we need to go over Megumi's sad childhood. Before Megumi was able to use the legendary 10 shadows technique, he had humble beginnings. Born in 2002 to Toji Zenin and Megumi's unnamed mother. Toji was long separated from the Zenin clan when Megumi was born, so that led Megumi to take his mother's last name Fushiguro, which means he had no ties to the Zenin clan at all. But like all good things, this nice family soon came to an end. Megumi's mom died, which made Toji spiral out of control and become the sorcerer killer again, living job to job, completely abandoning his own son. Safe to say he didn't win Father of the Year. And it got worse for Megumi. His own dad wanted to sell his son into the Zenin clan. Yeah, this cannot be legal. But before Toji was able to sell his son, a powerful sorcerer called Gojo turned him into an Apple logo, and Toji's life came to an end. And with Toji's final words, he told Gojo he has a son that he was gonna sell, and now it's up to Gojo to decide what to do with these words. Gojo then visited the young Megumi, oblivious that his neglecting father died to the hands of the very sorcerer that is talking to him. But none of that mattered to Megumi and Gojo took in Megumi and his stepsister Sumiki.
Megumi, your dad is dead. Dead as hell. But guess what? I'm here.
Huh?
Your dad? He's dead. Dead as hell.
Huh?
Damn. Now I know why he wanted to sell him.
Huh?
One of the reasons Toji was gonna sell Megumi was that Megumi had a chance to inherit the legendary Zenin family curse technique, 10 Shadows. And well, Megumi got it. But what exactly is the 10 Shadows? I'm gonna let you know. The 10 Shadows is a technique that consists of 10 different Shikigami, hence the name 10 Shadows. I know, it's in the name. But the user does not start with all 10 Shikigami. They have to tame every single one of the Shikigami in an exorcism ritual where they have to defeat it. Thankfully, the 10 Shadows technique starts you with 2 free dogs. Wow, so generous. But the 10 Shadows has more than dogs, and well, I'm gonna tell you what Shikigami it has. Divine Dogs, pair of twin wolves that can detect curses and destroy them with their fangs. Megumi has these. Toads, a giant toad with a long tongue that can trap opponents or grab items with its tongue to throw. Megumi did tame this. Max Elephant, a giant elephant that can shoot out large amounts of water from its trunk. It can also crush a target with its massive weight. Megumi also tamed this. Great Serpent, a giant snake that can overpower large curses and trap them in its mouth. Megumi tamed this too. Piercing Ox, an ox that can charge with immense strength but only in a straight line. Megumi never showed this, so it's safe to say he never tamed it. Round Deer, a deer that has the capabilities to use reverse curse technique to heal the user. Megumi never showed this too, so he probably never tamed it either. Rabbit Escape, a giant swarm of rabbits that is used as a distraction to get away or confuse the enemy, hence the word escape. Megumi has this. Noe, a bird-like Shikigami that has the ability to fly and shoot opponents with electricity. Megumi also has this. Tiger Funeral. This was never shown what it could do, plus Megumi never had it, so we can just sit here and wonder what a Tiger Funeral does. 8-handled sword, Divergent Sila, Divine General Maharaga. Kind of funny how most of these Shikigami were animals, and now you just got this giant intimidating guy who's just the biggest trump card of this technique. This is a Shikigami that can adapt to any and all phenomena, and it's equipped with a sword of extermination that can destroy any curses. Not a single person from the Zenin family who has had the 10 Shadows technique has tamed Maharaga. That's how strong it is. And the final stage of this technique is the domain expansion, Chimera Shadow Garden, which is Megumi's domain that isn't entirely complete yet. It's a domain that floods an area with shadows, and the user is also able to summon multiple Shikigami and also clone himself. This brings out the potential of the 10 Shadows technique by 120%. Because it's incomplete, right now it lacks a barrier and a sure hit. As great as the 10 Shadows ability sounds, I have to say Megumi's journey as a sorcerer so far has been no easy road. It's been a path of, well, the S word. We'll get into that. Megumi was introduced into the story hunting a special grade item, Sukuna's finger. Quite a big task for a grade 2 sorcerer to take by themselves. Well, to no one's surprise, things ended badly, and a kid you guys know as Yuji got involved and ate the finger that was supposed to kill anyone who eats it. Sukuna took over Yuji's body for a moment, and Megumi got beat up in the process and almost summoned his trump card versus one finger Sukuna. Talk about overkill. And with that, we're gonna start keeping count of what Megumi just did there. A kamikaze attack by death aka bringing out Mahoraga that you didn't tame. And this is his first offense. But before Megumi pulled out Mahoraga, Gojo pulled up and clowned Megumi and Sukuna. Further on the story, Yuji, Nobara, and Megumi, the trio of first-year classmates, take on another special grade mission. Yeah, a mission that turns out to be special grade for 3 first-year students. Talk about unlucky. And those 3 students were no match for the special grade curse, the Finger Bearer. So Yuji told Nobara and Megumi to run, and well, Megumi ran.
Hell nah, you're crazy if you think I'm fighting.
But soon things got even worse when Sukuna took over Yuji and ripped out his heart and enticed Megumi for a fight. The bad luck streak continues. Megumi brings out the Great Serpent to fight Sukuna, but well, the Shikigami gets destroyed forever. And Megumi is gonna do what we keep count. The kamikaze attack, death by Mahoraga. Now a second time offender. He really was gonna end Sukuna here and now, and Yuji wouldn't have been the MC anymore and the story would have been over. Fun fact though, Gege said that the series was gonna end at this point if it wasn't successful. A while after Yuji died, before the Goodwill event, Todo, a grade 1 sorcerer, asked Megumi what his type in females was. And Megumi basically said, personality. Megumi was getting beat up so bad, he tried to bring out Old Reliable again, and now let's add that to the count. His third offense. Thinking about bringing out Mahoraga against a fellow student is crazy though. He would have killed everyone there, including himself. And when the Goodwill event finally started, well, it took a turn for the worse again. A special grade curse called Hanami ambushed Megumi, Kamo, and Inumaki, and Megumi got desperate again, and you guessed it, Mahoraga time! Now the count is up to 4, but Inumaki stopped that idea and blew Hanami away, but ultimately Megumi was put in a critical condition because of Hanami. And when all of that was over, Yuji, Megumi, and Nobara took another mission from the school to investigate a curse. And Megumi got a chance to fight another Finger Bearer and got quickly overwhelmed, per usual. But once again, Megumi's plan comes into act. Mr. Mahoraga, now his 5th attempt. He actually changes his mind and unlocks the partially complete domain expansion at 15 years old and turns the tables on this special grade curse and wins. But Megumi couldn't celebrate that W for very long because then he was sent to Shibuya. He went to Shibuya with Nanami and Ino, but after Gojo was sealed, Megumi teamed up with Yuji to beat elderly people. Actually, I mean fighting this weird old man whose curse technique is inverse. The stronger the attack, the weaker it is, and the weaker the attack, the stronger it is. Megumi and Yuji teamed up to bring this dude back into retirement forever. Wow, an easy win for Megumi. Those are rare. Megumi and Yuji part ways, and Megumi goes to rescue his fellow sorcerers that are being trapped in a domain. Megumi opens a hole in special grade curse Dagon's domain by opening his own domain. But instead of letting out the sorcerers, he lets in his late father Toji, who has been reincarnated, who soon destroys Dagon easily. And the moment that Dagon is defeated and his domain collapses, Toji is separated with Megumi. By the way, Megumi doesn't even know that this is his father, he just thinks it's like some random dude. Megumi was seeing that Toji was so strong, he even contemplated bringing out Mahoraga. Well, I think we can count that as number 6. He'll use it against literally anyone, even his own father. But before Megumi could actually do it, his dad just ends himself right in front of him. I guess he didn't want to pay child support. But after opening a domain and exhausting a lot of cursed energy, Megumi gets ambushed by Haruta, a weaker opponent than the last few. And now that Megumi is on the brink of passing out and bleeding to death, well, he summons Mahoraga. Wait, no more count anymore. He actually summoned it. He didn't summon it on Sukuna, not Hanami, not a Finger Bearer, but Haruta. This dude is a nobody. Mahoraga slaps the hell out of Megumi and puts him in a suspended state of death, but Sukuna saves him.
Yes, Megumi Fushiguro, I am your real father. Forget Toji Zen and Daddy Dearest is right here.
Sukuna fights Mahoraga and destroys it, and well, I guess Megumi lived to see another day. But Megumi's story does not end here yet. After Shibuya, Megumi and Yuji entered the Culling Games together, but got separated and put in different areas. Megumi faced Registar, a weird reincarnated sorcerer who walks around with boxers and receipts stuck all over his body. Registar's curse technique is contractual recreation. By burning a receipt or contract he has on his body with cursed energy, he can bring almost anything written on the contract to life. For example, a spa bath or cars. Reggie had the advantage in the beginning of the fight, but when Megumi took the fight to an empty gym, he unleashed his domain and took the upper hand, but still it wasn't easy for Megumi and he was almost crushed by his own domain. But during the commotion, he used his divine dog totality to ambush Reggie and kill him from behind. And if you thought things couldn't get any darker, well, when he met up back with Yuji and he was approached by someone he thought was Sumiki, well, it turns out it was a reincarnated sorcerer taking over his stepsister's body. And because of that, Megumi stood there shocked and defeated. And most of you know that Sukuna in the past saw potential in Megumi that we were curious what exactly it was. At that moment that Megumi stood there defeated and shocked, Sukuna made his move by possessing Yuji's body, ripped off a finger and force-fed it to Megumi. This caused Megumi to be taken over by Sukuna and well, Megumi's body was now a vessel for Sukuna. And after each new chapter that comes, things are looking worse and worse for Megumi. Having a legendary technique like the 10 Shadows hasn't made things easy for Megumi, always constantly finding himself in tense and tough situations. But that's the life of a Jujutsu sorcerer, not easy. But you know what is easy? Liking, subscribing, and sharing the video.